साज बजे दिल में, सुंदर साज बजे ये गीत गुनगुनाकर, तेरी याद में बाबा सफल हुए, सफलता का वरदान पाकर, तेरी याद में बाबा।
Are your kids in grades 6 to 11? Harvard has made SAT and ACT score.
Okay, Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. Can you all see the screen okay?
Yes.
All right. So today Baba is basically talking about this whole thing of becoming an embodiment of success. And most important that I felt was that all these old mothers are sitting in front of Baba when Baba is speaking to them. And within that also, many of them are couples and householders. And so I was thinking, how does this Murli relate to all of us? But of course, sometimes I remember Sister Moini would say that even center is like a household, you know, and we have to do everything. We have to perform all the actions. We have to be active on the field of karma and do everything. So there is no time or no excuse that we don't do actions, whether we live at the center or whether we live in the house. So what is the easy method to become an embodiment of success? And Baba is giving some very beautiful yuktis, I felt. But the most important thing he's saying is to create powerful thoughts. Few thoughts, but powerful thoughts. And make sure that we completely avoid creating waste thoughts. Because if we create anything, then we have to sustain it. And then if it is not good creation, then we have to destroy it. So in doing that creation of waste and sustaining the waste and destroying the waste, we are wasting a lot of time and energy. And so Baba is saying, pay attention to this aspect of creating powerful thoughts, few thoughts, but thoughts that can be manifested to make us into the perfect images of success. And then Baba also says that you take this as a challenge, that you take this as, as an effort from Baba, that I want to lighten my bondages and become available as God's helper in this task. So being serviceable ones and being helpers of God is what the two aspects of self-respect that Baba is giving us today. I felt that I am a serviceable child of Baba and I am God's helper. These are the 2 points of Swaman that Baba is really giving us. So let's listen to Baba's Murli. This was originally spoken on 1st of March 1971. We are revising it on 21st of December 2022. And the Murli's essence is the easy method to become an embodiment of success. Are all of you Master Trikaldarshi? By becoming Trikaldarshi, you do not become unsuccessful in any task. Before you start any task, stabilize yourself in the stage of being a Master Trikaldarshi. By knowing the beginning, the middle, and the end of the task, and then performing that task, you will constantly be successful. That is, you will become an image of success and an image of perfection. So just by becoming the ones who are Trikaldarshi, I will be able to become an image of success and perfection. There is the praise of all yogis attaining success. But what success do they attain? They attain success in their thoughts and through the method of their actions. By having both of these, you're easily able to claim your birthright. So I can attain success. How? Through thoughts and actions. And Baba is saying, thereby you can also claim your birthright. Birthright is the sovereignty to the future kingdom. Do you know how you will be able to attain success in your thoughts? What is the reason for any lack of success in your thoughts? Many a times Baba says, no, success is your birthright. And so if I want to attain success in thoughts, so how will I do that? And Baba is giving us the reason why I'm not able to attain success in my thoughts. Baba says, you have many wasteful thoughts now. By having wasteful thoughts mixed in, you're not able to become powerful. You're then not able to attain success in the thoughts you create. There cannot be success in wasteful thoughts. So in order to attain success in thoughts, the main effort required is not to create wasteful thoughts, but to create powerful thoughts. And so my attention should go on this, right? That I want to create powerful thoughts. Do you understand, Baba is saying? You create a large creation and you therefore are not able to sustain it fully and use it for a task. Just as if you create a large Lokik creation, you cannot make them worthy. In the same way, when you create your thoughts, you create many of them. The fewer thoughts you create, the more powerful they will be, right? So less is always better, right? The larger the creation of thoughts, the less powerful that creation will be. So you have to make effort in order to attain success in your thoughts. Stop the creation of wasteful thoughts. Otherwise, nowadays, a lot of time is wasted in creating a wasteful creation and sustaining it. This is why there is very little success in your thoughts and actions. The method to attain success in your actions is to become Master Trikaldarshi. So the method to attain success in my thoughts is to create few thoughts, but they will be powerful thoughts. And the method to attain success in actions is to become Master Trikaldarshi. Before you perform any action, know its beginning, middle, and end, and then perform that action. It should not be that you have to think about the result of the action after you have performed it. This is why, in order to become perfect, you have to pay attention to both of these aspects, the aspects of thoughts and actions. This group is of those who stay in a household, and so by paying attention to both these aspects, whilst living in a household, you will be able to become serviceable. Service is not done simply through the lips, but you can also do service through elevated actions. This group that has come, do you consider yourselves to be a serviceable group? Right? So this is another question that I can ask myself. What are the different aspects of the subject of service? What are the different ways in which I can do service? Because this morning also Baba said, no, in Sakar Murli, that it's not only through lips that you have to do service, but you can do service through your drishti, through your elevated bhavna, right? Through your word, through your actions. So different aspects are there. So Baba is saying one of the ways you can do is through elevated actions. Those in this group who consider themselves to be serviceable, raise your hands. Now, can those who have raised their hands for being serviceable make time and become helpers in service? Because why Baba is asking, because many a times we all want to be serviceable, but then we say we don't have time. So then how will we become serviceable? Baba's name can be glorified a great deal with the help of the mothers. If all of you who have come here become helping hands in service, you can very quickly glorify Baba's name. You are the ones who move along as couples, and this is why such couples can reveal themselves a great deal in service. Perform such a task that your task attracts every soul towards God. This is one of the ways that mothers can attract souls to Baba. It can be very easy for a group of mothers to make time, and especially for a group of mothers who are living as couples. You have come having made special time, even now, have you not? Your household will still be carrying on without you, will it not? They're sitting in Madhuban now, so their household is still running without them, Baba is saying. You considered this to be essential, so you lightened your bondage and have arrived here. From time to time, Baba is saying, lighten the bondage of your household in the same way. For more you become helper in service, more quickly your karmic accounts will be settled. Very beautiful line. The more you become a helper in service, the more quickly your karmic accounts will be settled. So mothers should consider the method for their progress to be in becoming helpers in this way. So what is the methodology Baba is giving? Is that I want to become helper in service. And that is how I will be able to cut all my karmic bondages and I will be able to be successful. So Baba says, you should experience both listening and talking to others. Just as Baba becomes the helper, in the same way, children too have to become helpers. And this is what it means to receive help. Right? If I help Baba, then Baba also is bound to help me. He also is in that bondage, if you will, that he has to help me. So Baba is saying this is the way actually to receive help. So all of you in this group should fill yourselves with such power that you can lighten your bondages and become helpers in service. Otherwise, if you are lacking in this subject of service, how would you be able to claim full marks? You have kept the aim of passing fully, have you not? This is why before leaving this group, should especially take training to create such methods. What do you have to become in this body before you go from here? Do you understand? What you have to become is, I want to become serviceable one and Baba's helper. If whilst living at home, you have the consciousness of being an embodiment of power, your karmic bondages will not create any obstacles. So even though I'm living in the household, but the awareness I hold is that I am an embodiment of power. And that awareness will not allow any karmic bondages to become obstacles. However, Baba says, whilst living in a household, instead of being an embodiment of power, you have a greater awareness of living a pure life. And whilst living in the family, you lack the attitude of being an embodiment of power. This is why the sounds that emerge even now are, what can we do? We have karmic bondages. How can we cut our karmic bondages? These sounds emerge because you do not constantly keep the ornaments of being an embodiment of power with yourself. So it's a sound of helplessness, no? Or it's a sound of little bit of being a victim or lacking freedom. And so Baba is saying, what is the reason for that? The reason is that you don't have the awareness of being an embodiment of power. So Baba is saying now, before you go, change your consciousness in your form in this bhatti. So the consciousness should be that I am an embodiment of power, right? So Baba is saying, become an embodiment of power. And the form is that I am serviceable one, I am God's helper. For this, you must constantly remember two things. Firstly, you have to change. I have to change the way I look at myself. I have to change the way I am holding awareness for myself, right? So I have to change. And secondly, you have to issue a challenge. You have to change your form and attitude into that of an embodiment of power. The more you change yourself, the more you will be able to challenge others. This is why you must remember these two aspects. When you perform any pure action, the loving form of the Father comes in front of you. And when you perform any sinful action, you should bring the fearsome form of the Father in front of you. Now, what is the fearsome form of the Father? The fearsome form perhaps is the form of Dharamraj, right? But if we haven't done any wrong actions, then even in front of Dharamraj, you would feel the love of the Father. Baba is saying, all of you are loving souls, are you not? Loving souls always perform pure actions. Always remain aware that you should never perform any wrong action, because all of you are hero actors on the stage, on the world stage. So everyone's vision is on the hero actors. This is why you must not consider yourselves to be those who are living in a household, but each of you must perform every action whilst considering yourself to be a hero actor on the stage. And you will not then perform any wrong action. Look at all the things that the atomic power of science is showing you. In the same way, you are the proof of one who's living in a household whilst in the Shakti army of silence. So yes, I am living in the household, but I have the power of silence. That is atomic power, whereas all of you are the proof for the world. So by being the proof, you too can do a lot of service. There are many requests for the mothers. The service of the mothers, spreading the message in every corner, still remains to be done. The responsibility of many souls not having received the message yet is on you souls. This is why this group has to be ready in such a way. This group can be helpers in service from time to time. It is a group in which there is hope, just as the group of half Kumars was one in which there was hope. In the same way, this group is also those who can be helpers. However, although you have the method of how to become helpers, you do not have the power. Right? So that means maybe I know how to be a helper and I want to be a helper, but then I'm not able to because I'm lacking power. So Baba is saying, this is why you must claim from your teacher the certificate of having changed your form before you go. So not to return back from Madhuban as just an old Mataji or, helpless mother. No, but become an embodiment of power. So change your form, Baba is saying. Just as each Kumari is said to be greater than 100 Brahmins, in the same way, each mother is a world mother. Very beautiful, right? Baba never says mothers are just mothers, but they are world mothers. There is so much difference between 100 Brahmins and the whole world. So much Baba is elevating their self-respect. Can anyone in the world do that? Only Baba knows how to put them on the highest pedestal, right? It's like mothers are not just mothers, but the whole world is seeing them. Baba is saying there is so much difference between 100 Brahmins and the whole world. So, whose praise is greater? Each mother should become a world mother and have mercy, love, and beneficial feelings for every soul of the world. This is why this group has to make a promise. Do you have the courage to make the promise? No matter what the promise is, Baba is saying, can you make that promise? Do you have that courage? Or will you only have the courage after you hear what the promise is? Right? Sometimes it happens, no, that we want to know what you want from me. Then I will tell you whether I can do it or not. So Baba is asking whether you will have courage only after you hear the promise. Do you have courage before hearing the promise, or will you have courage after you have heard what the promise is? What do you think? If it is a very strict promise, you would think about it, would you not? Each of you has to make the promise that you will become a helper from time to time, as well as becoming the destroyer of obstacles by being an embodiment of power whilst living in a household. I don't know how many mothers are there here, Rakiben, in this group, but it is such an honor, right, to be mother in Baba's family. So Baba is saying that you each have to make a promise that I will become a helper from time to time, as well as becoming a destroyer of obstacles by being an embodiment of power whilst living in a household. It is an easy promise, is it not? You will not cry out in distress when obstacles come, will you? You will not be afraid, but you will become a Shakti and face them. Make this promise to yourself for all time before you leave here. No form of fear should actually emerge in any situation, any circumstance, right? Any test paper can come, but I have to be Baba's Shiv Shakti, right? And face them. Baba is saying if any type of attraction pulls you, then when you go back, it is possible that Maya will also come to you. So when you're attracted by anything, there is possibility of Maya coming to you. If you're free from being attracted, then Maya cannot come to you. So what I have to make sure is that I am not attracted to anyone except to one Baba. When the attraction is finished, you can become an embodiment of power. If you are attracted by your own body, by any relations or physical objects, then Maya can also come to you, in which case you're not able to become a Shakti. Therefore, in order to become the form of Shakti, change attraction into being free from attraction. Very nice method. If I want to become a Shakti, Baba is saying, change attraction into being free from attraction, and I will become form of Shakti. Just as you tell others that one light can ignite many others, In the same way, each of you can become an instrument for world benefit. So Baba is saying, continue to move along whilst constantly remembering your form and your task. My form is form of Shakti, and my task is to become instrument for world benefit, right? Become an instrument for world benefit. You are the arms of Brahma, are you not? So you will become the hands, will you not? Do you consider yourselves to be arms of Brahma? What is the task of arms of Brahma? The task of Brahma is establishment, and so the task of arms of Brahma is also to remain constantly engaged in the task of establishment. You simply have to learn the method of interacting in limited relationships, right? How to interact with the people that are connected with you. So you have to learn that method. You can make yourself free from bondages, but you do not know the method. Because if I get entangled in the stories and who said and what they said and why they said, and then I react, basically, then I will end up and making more karmic bondages. But if I don't entangle myself and if I don't react, then I know I can be free from bondages. Baba is saying, firstly, you do not know the method, and secondly, you do not have the strength. So you have to fill yourself with strength and then also learn the method. Nevertheless, Bapdada still thinks that there is hope for this group. Now we shall see how many times each of you offers yourself. You have to offer yourself. I'm sure each one of you will get this certificate from your center if it were asked to your center, right? That how many times I have offered myself. So each one should get yes, that they offer themselves always, right? Baba is saying we shall see how many times each of you offers yourself. You have to offer yourself. Only those who offer themselves receive thanks. Right? If I am being told and then I do it, then it's not much use, right? But I offer myself, and that's where I receive thanks. If you do something when you are told to do it, you do not receive thanks. Interesting, no? We still have to do, no? So why not offer? Now let's see who will offer themselves. You are loving, but as well as being loving, you must also be cooperative. What should this group be named? Names are always given according to the sanskars. All of you have come to the bhatti for transformation. Anytime there is bhatti in Madhuban, we go because we have the aim of transformation, right? So Baba is saying, all of you have come to the bhatti for transformation. All of you have come to the naming ceremony, have you not? So what name should this group be given? This is the constantly cooperative group, which is an embodiment of power. Baba is saying this is the constantly cooperative group, which is also an embodiment of power. So Baba is saying, when you lose your power, Ravan sees that you have lost your power, and so he makes you cry a lot. To lose power means to call out to Ravan. Therefore, never let your power decrease. Learn to accumulate it. You have to accumulate power for the future 21 births. If you accumulate it from now, you will have it in stock. Therefore, always think about how much you have accumulated. Cha Om Shanti. So, very powerful Murli. Easy method to become an embodiment of success. We shall take a moment of silence and then we can share some of the inspirations that you received from this Murli. Om Shanti. Anyone wants to share what and how Baba inspired you?
Om Shanti, sister and divine family.
Om Shanti.
I can perfectly relate with my past life, how past life mean in this birth, how I cried for help. Baba, come and help me for many, many months, many, many years. I have seen myself collapsing, fluctuating, but not anymore. Now I found Baba. I will promise today, determined with full determination, that from now on, no matter what, I will create a highly positive, pure, and powerful thought. And I will stay stable, strong, powerful, and unsinkable during life storm, upcoming life storm. Why? Because Baba is with me. And me and Baba, we both live together in combined form. Always, always. And I was not aware of this concept before. So I was with Ravan. I was living my life journey with Ravan, crying each moment for many, many, many years. But not anymore. Stopped. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Good. Congratulations. Very good. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure it is an inspiration for many, right? And it's only Baba who can do that for us. He can change the one who's crying into one who's always cheerful.
Yeah, even though when we cry, we do not know how, who is Baba, how to connect when you are on devotional path, right? But
Right.
now we are getting crystal clear understanding that Baba is with me. We are always together. We live together, eat together, always we work together. He is with me wherever I go. There is no way. We cannot separate. We cannot separate at all.
We can
We
feel
will.
your intoxication. Wonderful.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this type of understanding, it has to be given to the entire human family. Entire human family.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, and good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I like the point where my Baba says today in this Murli that you must promise that you will become a helper along with becoming a destroyer of obstacles. Just becoming a destroyer of obstacles is not sufficient. We need to have a catalyst. We need to become a catalyst and as a helper, and this can be done by me becoming an embodiment of power. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
What a fuel that sister really poured on us, and the Shakti which she created. She's really, I don't know, a kind of a motivator for all of us. Of course, we know we get our motivation, but it was a very strong fuel which she added that I really forgot what I had to share. So I had to stop down to beautiful Shaktis Baba is really creating. A little bit I just want to share with you, sister. The thing is, whenever Baba spoke about, Baba is Trikaldarshi, Trineti, Trilokinath, I used to think, what are these titles? These titles belong only to the Almighty. Because those days, before I came into the Gyan, when I was a complete follower of the Bhagavad Gita, I remember that word Kal, which often used to be mentioned as one of the 5 entities in the Gita. And, it used to be a frightening kind of voice which used to come, Main Kal hoon, main sabko vinash karne wala hoon. As if time has come only to kill us. Time as saying, hello, I'm there. Like, as if, he's Yama coming down. That kind of fear I had. But after getting the knowledge, when Baba says, what Kal? You are Trikal. I have given you through a divine intellect the vision of the tree. And for him, for Baba, the whole Trikal, the Kal, is condensed to beautiful 5,000 years. So the beginning of the 5,000, the middle and the end, it's like in a capsule form. And it was so easy to understand. And that he relates it to whenever we do anything, uska jo beginning kya hai, middle kya, and the end, the consequences, the future. I love this beautiful, what I call it as analogy of time, which Baba has explained. So that's the first lesson. I think I would like to go deep down in the Trikaldarshi, connecting it to what I learned, what I am, and what I have become.
Beautiful. Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else?
Om Shanti.
Om
Yes.
Shanti. Go ahead, Vinod bhai. It's okay.
Thank you, Radha. Good morning, everyone. Baba today reiterates the emphasis on having pure thoughts and actions. I have read it that every day a man thinks close to 60,000 thoughts, and most of them are repeated. The worries and anxiety keeps coming in those thoughts, and that's how his quality of life deteriorates. Excuse me. So Baba again talks that there's a way that these thoughts can be changed. One is these elevated versions of Baba, which can help us to superimpose the old existing pattern of thinking to the new form of thinking. And he mentions that when you think good, when you think positive, leave the, bring the loving form of Baba in front of you. So that is a very, very nice thing that Baba says, and perform elevated actions. So, and I do not want to say the other part because we are as such not doing that we end up doing mistakes and recall the dangerous form of Baba, that is the wrong side, that is the Dharmaraj aspect of Baba. So this is again a very nice saying from this Murli. Om Shanti.
I think you Sister Moini always says to us that every night you invoke Baba as Dharamraj and you sit in front of him and you see how do you feel. And if you feel that Dharamraj is looking at you and he's smiling and he's very happy with your, effort and actions throughout the day, then you know you've done well. But you have to be honest in front of him. And then if there is some mistake, then ask for forgiveness, make a promise to change it and reform it. So it's very nice that Baba is saying that if I end up performing wrong actions, because when you live in the household, it is also sometimes easy to, kind of miss on the Maryada or little bit tweak according to the convenience, some of the principles. Of course, I'm not saying it's usual or general, but sometimes it is possible. And so that's why Baba is saying we have to be very careful when it comes to actions. Yes, Brother Om. Go
Om
ahead.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Baba has spoken about the quality of thoughts. The less the number of thoughts, the more powerful they will be. So one aspect is this, that because every thought creates a lot of creation. Sankalp says Srishti. So the more the thoughts, then the more the bondages will be there. Every thought creates its own, unique creations around it. Srishti ka nirman. So in order to cut the bondages, I need to cut the thoughts and come to the very, very powerful elevated thoughts only. Need to be very careful there. And this Trikaldarshi stage is nothing but it's a point form, seed stage, where all three phases of time are already there, merged, the beginning, the middle, and the end. So I could relate it with the seed stage there. And third thing is the atomic power of science Baba has spoken about. To give example of the power of the soul consciousness stage, that also we need to utilize that. That power is very, very important. But where are we tapping? Are we tapping it on a body consciousness level, or are we tapping at the atomic level, the Atma level? So power increases many-fold if we tap it from the seed stage or the point form or the soul consciousness stage. So that's why Baba speaks about form, which form and what attitude. Form is this, and the attitude is to cooperate with everyone, to be the world mother, not just the mother, the world mother, or helpers in service for the entire world. So then this dimension altogether goes to a very high level. And then the form, the power, form produces power, and this attitude of serving the world produces the dimensions. So we can be very, very kind of unlimited like Bab Saban. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. It's evening time here, and for y'all it must be yesterday's Murli, and Baba said about being unlimited effort makers. So I was struck by
Yes.
that word. He said Behad ke Purusharthi. Usually he will say intense effort maker or fast effort maker or good effort maker, or he uses these kinds of adjectives. And yesterday he said you have to be unlimited effort makers. And so this is the effort to have unlimited attitude towards everyone in the world and serve them. So very nice. Yeah.
Om Shanti, sister. Can I add quickly something else as well?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, this is for Girja sister. Girja sister, actually, you inspired me a lot. You became my number one motivator, and I have created my own mantra in meditation as well as when I heard or confirmed, yes, me and Baba are in combined form. Then I always sing, Baba, I am with you. You are with me. We both are together forever, forever. This is a combined form. This is my mantra. I always sing during day. But in meditation, when I experience him, then my heart always sings, I have become you. You have become me. I am you. You are me. There is no difference between me and you. We both are together forever, forever. तू मेरा बाबा, मैं तेरी पोती. Thank you. Thank you, Om Shanti.
Thank you.
So, sister, can you see we Shaktis over here? We are not only intoxicated, you can just see a few samples which you saw from that sister, what an intoxication. And that's
Yes,
why
yes.
I feel Baba has kept the Kumaris, the Brahma Kumaris, right in the front and the Pandavas there. I always have the feeling being a Shakti, even physically being a Shakti, being a mother, taking care of my limited and going to the unlimited mother is such a thing. Yes, I am the Shiv Shakti army. So you can understand for yourself how these Murlis, which are churned by you beautiful sisters who come down from every corner of the world. I don't know how Raki sister just gets well. I love the way each one of you put it in us and bring out the mercury in us rising. We may be old senior sisters or we may be anything, but when each one of you contribute to this, Just see what you have created. That sister who just calls herself a kindergarten. Just see the line of love running from her. I think Baba
Yes.
will be proud. He may be playing the violin, I think, for that song in the subtle world. Oh, Shanti sister.
Very nice. You mothers are excellent. Of course, why Baba loves you so much, we can know that, right? Because your heart is so big, so unlimited. One time a senior brother at my center said that a center is not a center without mothers. And being a Kumari, I felt like, what are you saying? Like, what about us, And then he said, yeah, because the Kumaris have to love like the mothers love, And so it is very interesting that the power of love that mothers have, nobody has. And that's why Baba sees that hope, and Baba has put mothers in the front, right? Even before Kumaris, he says the urn of knowledge is placed on the head of mothers. So Baba really keeps the mothers in the front, and we all love you, mothers.
Om Shanti, sister. With this beautiful, intoxicating session, I just wanted to add, I am a worldly mother, having 2 kids of my own as well. But what this journey has really, really brought into me is I look beyond those 2 children of mine. I really have moved on. And I think with Baba's grace, you really look at the whole world as your whole family. And I remember it was only Baba's direction on which I started that channel of universal prayers. And more we meet with people, and you do get that motherly feeling. And you get that same feeling of giving, which a mother gives without expectation. And I think that is what is this whole essence of this worldly mother, that you give and give and give. And with zero thought of what is my benefit in this, and that's the whole changeover. And especially when you have your own physical children in the worldly sense, you see that difference a lot, because you grow out of that mode of attachment and you actually are looking at everyone as your own children. Om Shanti.
Very nice. Yeah. It's an amazing power, no, to have love. Sometimes we wonder how Papa loves the whole world. Like I wonder, this is the biggest wonder for me, that how Baba loves everyone. Sometimes we look at each other's sanskars, and then there's a little conflict, and then the love is reduced. But to have that kind of love for each and every soul is really a very beautiful, powerful quality to have. Okay, anyone else wants to share before
Yes.
we close?
One
Yes,
line
Om
in
Shanti.
the Go ahead, sister.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om
Today,
Shanti.
Baba asks us, instead of creating waste thought, we must create powerful thought. What Baba wants to tell us is, the larger the creation of thoughts, the less powerful that creation will be. Nowadays, a lot of time we wasted. Our time is thinking. We are always thinking wasteful thought. So today's Murli, my takeaway point is, hereafter I will think less, do more, and observe my task in the stage of Master Tirkaladarshi. So, as a mother in a Logic family, for most of the time we are wasted. Logic, so many problems we are facing. So, most of the time we wasted our time, wasted our energy. So, hereafter, I must be very careful in that function.
Very nice homework point you took for yourself. That's really good.
Om Shanti, sister. There's only one sentence which comes in my mind. Go ahead. Sridhar bhai, go ahead.
Yeah, Om Shanti, sister. The title Baba has given today, like the easy method of becoming an embodiment of success. Like if we are pure thoughts and powerful thoughts, if we are applying in a daily life, so giving an attention of pure thoughts and the powerful thoughts, definitely we will be becoming embodiment of success. And Baba said about matas, like each matas are world mothers. Absolutely, yeah. Like we were that matas power we were seeing in a daily entering to the centers. The center, like keeping a bowl and serving to the like preparing the food in the center and all. That matas were really like they're all blessed, I think so. Like that and all, we used to always behind to the matas for a service. Like that is what Baba said in today's Murli. Thank you, sister. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Om Shanti. Yes, Rakhi Ben, go ahead.
So going back to the intoxication of unlimited love, there's one sentence which is very, very near to my heart, and it's seen on my DP many times, is love not because of, but in spite of. So, so that's where I see unlimited love just flows, because there's no reason for love. Love is who you are.
Om Shanti, thank you. So, any last pressing thoughts? Or we can go into meditation.
Shanti, just share this line, very intoxicating line, and also if you could churn on this line, is that to become arms of Brahma. If you visualize it physically, then one should get combined with Brahma, and then could be the arms. So that means feeling one to one with Brahma, and I think then surrender the intellect and the mind to Shiv Baba. I mean, basically Bab Dada, and then think how he would think, love how he would love with everyone. Is it that way? You could just elaborate on this. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yeah, that's a good actually way of looking at it. What I also feel is that arms of Brahma is mostly on the field of service, right? When you are doing any action, you are always, like you said, always combined form. You're doing it for Baba, with Baba, And so it's like, I am serviceable. I am Baba's Brahma. Baba said that Brahma Baba is the one through whom the task of establishment is carried out. But it is not without Brahmins, right? Alone Brahma cannot do anything, nor alone Shiv Baba can do anything. It is together with the Brahmins that the task of establishment is accomplished. And so how am I equally doing service as Brahma Baba did? Whether it is through my thoughts, whether it is through my attitude, whether it is through my drishti, whether it is through elevated actions, whether it is through feelings, through words, whatever form of action you take, but you are able to do it just as Baba did, and that is like becoming an arm of Baba. But I'm not necessarily seeing it as you have to be combined with Brahma Baba in that form, because you have to see them together.
With the thing combined with the Shiv Baba, because Brahma Baba, there is Brahma Baba, there will always be Shiv Baba. That's
right.
So therefore, it is indirectly, it means that be in combined form with the Almighty, with the Baba, Shiv Baba, and automatically you become the arms of Brahma Baba.
Right.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, yeah. Okay, shall we do a little meditation? Do we have time?
Yeah, then we can move on to meditation.
Okay. Om Shanti. Sitting quietly in the cave of introversion, I see myself as that subtle, sentient point of light. I see myself as an image of success, knowing deep in my heart that this is my birthright. And simply to execute it, I take this moment to create one powerful thought for myself. The powerful thought that I want to make this moment worthwhile. And so I allow myself to fly and come close to the one who is ever benevolent. I connect my intellect's yoga to the supreme Shiv Baba, the one who is ever merciful, the one who is constantly flowing ocean of love, the one who only brings benefit to the world. The moment I connect myself through my mind and heart with one Baba, I begin to allow his sanskars to become my sanskars. I begin to emerge in the form just as Baba is. I understand the secrets of drama, including the past and the future. I am aware that in this present moment, I can bring about precious transformation within myself. As I promise to Baba to pay attention to my thoughts and to make my every action elevated action, I also hold on to this awareness that I am your companion. The Almighty Authority is my companion. Naturally, I am an embodiment of power in this form where the two of us are together. And invoking my angelic form, I now see myself in the subtle region, holding Father Brahma's hand. And together we angels create powerful thoughts of love and mercy for the entire world. I am Baba's serviceable child. I am Baba's helper, an instrument that he can use for whichever task he wants to. I offer myself, and I am always available at your service. I spread this vibration of cooperation into the world. And slowly, I return back to the physical world, back to the center of the forehead. And I will pay attention through the day to every thought and every action I perform as a hero actor on this world stage. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Tina Ben, for such an intoxicating session. Thank you, Divine Family. And with this
Om
intoxication of unlimited love, practicing that for the whole day, we meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Have a lovely day, everyone.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.